I just ran all the way up from the garden. So much movement. Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this video is a highly requested part 2 to my make my own magazine video.
Before watching this video, you should probably watch part 1 because it touches up on the basics of everything when it comes to making your magazine, but this video is only going to go into detail about the editing part, so it's going to be linked down below. Yeah.
But stop! Before you do anything, before you start making your own magazine, you need to create your template. And no, I did not get my template off Google or anything like that. I did it myself. I DIY'd it. And the template I make helps me. It might not help you, but just in case, I'm going to leave it linked down below anyway, just because maybe someone wants to use it. So I go onto Pages and I get a totally blank document, and I put the writing really big, and I just plan out how everything is going to be. So on the first page I basically write the word front or cover, front cover, something like that. And on the second page, which on a magazine usually tends to be an ad, so I write ad. Now on the third page, you have to stop once again. And you need to think about your index. How do you want your magazine to be? You can't continue if you've got like no idea whatsoever what you want to do, you know? And what I do is I add in an empty text box, which sometimes is blue, sometimes it's green, which once I've taken the picture, it will turn into a picture. And I just add in a text box of the name of my magazine. If you want to call it Vogue, call it Vogue. I called mine Ineffable. And just write the date under, like April 2020, June 2020. Obviously, once you add in a picture, depending on what picture it is, you can move the text box. For example, in this picture, I left the text box here. However, in this one, I moved it up there because I felt like it just looks better on top than it did on the side. The same with the picture. Once you've taken the picture, you can just move it around, make it smaller, move it to the side, just things like that. The next thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna think about what you want there to be in your magazine. If you want it to be only pictures, you kind of don't need to keep on with the template because you're just gonna put it in any order you want it to be. But if you want it to be a mixture of a bunch of stuff like I did, then you should probably make an index. I added the shoots, the talk, and through the decades in my first magazine. However, in the second one, I added the shoots, the talk, and tips and trend, and I kind of just planned out how much I wanted of each thing. Yeah, and once you've done that, you can move on and basically just keep on writing, like shoot 1. Keep going what you were doing, you know? For this, for example, which is obviously a photo shoot, I added shoot 1, and then I would just add in article 1, article 2, article 3, and you just space it out just so you can kind of have an idea of what to do. But what can happen sometimes is you want to do your own magazine, but you just don't know what to do, you don't have inspiration, you know, stuff like that. And I use a website, which I'm also going to link down below. It's basically a website where I can look at PDFs of Vogue magazine, Elle magazine, just a bunch of fashion magazines. And when you're looking at these magazines, look at it from an editor's view instead of a viewer's view. That doesn't make sense. Instead of just looking at the magazine and saying, oh, that looks pretty, look at what fonts they use, what coloring they use, how they put their pictures, how they put their text, and just stuff like that, just to get an idea of how you want to do your magazine. And then all I can say now is just play around with it, you know? So whether you're doing your magazine on your iPhone, on your iPad, on your computer, Pages offers you so many different fonts that you could just choose between. If you're not sure what font would look right in a magazine, as I said, just go on that link and just have a look at what other fashion magazines use. And no, I can't give you a name for what fonts these are, but you can look at them side by side and say, hey, this one looks similar to that one, I'll click that one. Another good piece of advice is I find it a lot more fun to do a magazine when it's got a theme to it. For example, the first magazine I ever did was themed quarantine coronavirus, and I just had a lot more to talk about. I kind of just knew what to do in that sense. But this magazine had no topic whatsoever, and I had such a hard time figuring out how I wanted to do things. The third one had the topic of Pride, because June 2020 is Pride Month, if you didn't know, and also the Black Lives Matter movement. So yeah, it's a good idea for your magazine to have a theme, maybe just issues in the time and stuff like that. Do things you're passionate about. If you're supportive of the Pride Month but you just don't really want to talk about it, that's fine, and you can just find another theme to do for your magazine, you know. It's all up to you, because in the end you're doing this to have fun and you want to enjoy it, you know. And there's not much else I can say. You need to just play around with your font, play around with your pictures and stuff, how you place colours. And in the next following weeks, I'm going to try and make some more parts to this. I'm not quite sure how many yet. I'm going to try and explain what fonts I use and maybe how I edit my pictures, how I take my pictures. If you have any questions about all of this, tell me in the comments down below, or reach out to me on Instagram and I'll answer them in the next video. So peace out.
Sunflower